Steve, how did you feel to get out there with that scrimmage and really get going with the guys last week?
Yeah, it was great. It was an awesome opportunity to see the work that we put in through a couple practices and somewhat of a live scenario and, against some real looks and, playing real football. So it was great for me personally and great for our team and great for our offense.
When you take a look at those wide receivers that you do have, just how they're coming along and just what those weapons provide for you out there.
They're unbelievably talented. The entire room, the additions we made in the portal, along with the guys that have been here for a couple of years, the freshmen, I think overall I've been really impressed with their work ethic, just how much athletic ability they have. They can stretch the field horizontally, vertically. Great route runners, unbelievable speed.
A guy like John Tay specifically, what do you see from him?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable playmaker. I think just playmaker is the best way to describe him. He's a guy I think can get open, but then once you get the ball in his hands, his yak, is unbelievable. So he can get open down the field. He can run option routes, digs, anything. He can do anything, run all the route tree and get open.
Steve, Fran is somebody who talks a lot about wanting to put guys under pressure in the spring and seeing how they respond. What has he done that's maybe unique or that to try to ramp up the intensity on you and the pressure on the quarterbacks in practice?
Yeah, I think that's every day. I think just the way Coach Fran is, his intensity is unmatched, and every day you go out there, it feels like a game. You're out there, and he's talking on the mic. He's doing everything he can to make it feel heightened, make the energy go up, and added pressure. But all you do is prepare and do your job.
Any trash talk that he's had that stands out or that you remember?
When I get in, it's kind of all zoned out. I kind of tune everything out and just do my job.
Fran was talking about, wanting to see both you and Rickie, take that next step in your game this week before Saturday's scrimmage. What's one thing that maybe you're honing in on or, working on this week before Saturday to really prove that, you can pull away in that starting quarterback competition?
Yeah, just continuing to do my job at a high level from protection standpoint, making sure that the offense is running smoothly, moving the football. I think just a culmination of things, but overall just making sure the offense runs smooth, has, long sustained drives.
Fran's often talked about he wants his starting quarterback to be a leader, essentially his second-hand man. How would you describe your leadership style?
Yeah, I think I'm a leader in all aspects of my life. What he says is, he wants someone that's Dart and CCT, and not just on the football field, but throughout their whole life. And I'm really trying to embrace that and continuing to do that. So, I feel like my leadership style is one, having a genuine connection with the players, the coaches, everyone that's part of Syracuse football, but then two, making sure that I'm continuing to push the standard and rise the level of play every day.
In terms of you and Rickie, how would you say you guys have made each other better throughout this camp?
Competition is great. I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. When you're competing, everyone just rises to the occasion, and going against someone, it's an iron sharpens iron mentality.
For you, is there someone or a couple of people, maybe like for the returners that are coming back there this year, that you've kind of leaned on or talked to help you build that camaraderie with the team, whether it's wide receiver, running back, or even someone on the defense that you've kind of turned to?
Yeah, it's been a lot of guys. I've been able to get close with a lot of people. I think Deuce has been a big one. Dan Villari has been a massive one for me. Across the offensive line, it's really been all those guys, Spoon and everyone. I think Tank has been someone that's been really helpful. Devin Grant. What I want to do as soon as I came in here is get to know everybody, know them as a person, not just as a player. So I made, a really big effort to get to know them on a personal level.
The last time we spoke to you, you said before you got here, you spoke to Kyle, and that kind of helped you make your decision. What was it that he said to you that really stood out?
I think Kyle just told me the truth. He said, you're going to work your butt off here, and you're going to throw the ball around a lot and playing offensive system that will prepare you for right now and the next level. So really just everything that he said was something that made this place attractive, and I really appreciate that call with him.
Just overall as a team, how have you felt like, as you get near and near to the first game of the season, how have you felt like maybe the overall intensity or physicality has kind of ramped up in practice?
I think it just continues to rise every day. I think that's just Syracuse football and the way that Coach Brown runs everything. Coach Fran really just continues to rise the standard every single day with the physicality, the effort, the intensity, everything just continues to rise every single practice.
When you work with a guy like Coach Nuns, what is he getting out of you? How is his style, his leadership really pulling the best out of you at this point?
Yeah, it's a mixture of tough love and tough coaching. He demands the best of you every day, and, the way that he coaches me and how hard he is on me to make sure I'm doing my best just shows how much he cares and how much he wants me to be a great player, and not just me, but the entire quarterback room and the entire offense.
We got to see you a little bit out there, obviously, for Notre Dame, but with the opportunity to potentially lead this team, What are some of those areas of your game that you've really honed in on to elevate yourself?
Yeah, I think overall just understanding of offensive football, situational football, understanding the different situations that arise. I think just really learning how to, weather the ebbs and flows of a game, the ups and downs, and continue to play the next play, and really just having the mentality of you have to make this team better, and you can't do it by yourself, but you have to be a big reason to get these guys going, get the offense going. So I'm just excited to put it all together.
There were people on social media, randos, as you're leading the team down the field against Notre Dame, who are like future quarterback, Syracuse quarterback Steve Angeli. So you were on their minds months before you got here. When did you start thinking Syracuse would be a good option, if you didn't win the battle?
Not until I was in the portal.
How in any way has Coach Fran Brown helped to give you more of a defensive-minded perspective as a quarterback for this team?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, he has an unbelievable understanding of football. He played quarterback. He likes to tell me he played quarterback in high school. So whatever he did there, and he talks about it to me like that. But he knows football just totally from situations, defense, offense, special teams. So anything that he says, I make sure to listen, write down, because he's a master when it comes to situational football and really just has an unbelievable feel for the game. But when it comes to defense, he can see little things and little aspects that definitely help a quarterback. If I can kind of pick it out on our own team, or if we're watching some sort of tape, he can point it out. So he just has kind of that special ability to be able to point these little details out that actually end up being, the difference between winning and losing games.
So last two for Steve.
Kyle was a guy who had a real public break up for Ohio State. And when he got here, Fran Brown was like, I'm hell-bent on showing the world just how good of a quarterback Kyle McCord is. And you have somewhat of a similar situation with Notre Dame, where you caught the country by storm, and then boom, they put two guys up there instead of you. What's that conversation with Fran been like in terms of, I want to repeat what I did with Kyle with you?
Yeah, it's been pretty similar. Those conversations are private, but all I'm focused on is being the best person I can for Syracuse football and the program.
If you had to give a scouting report on yourself, what makes Steve Angeli unique and different in your eyes?
I think one is my intangibles. I think I have a great understanding for the game offensively, just understanding offensive football, coverage recognition. But two, I feel like I can make every throw on the field, extend plays, pick up first downs. I just think my leadership and having the ability to be out there and just get the guys to play at a level one step higher than they think they can.
How did it feel to get out there with that scrimmage? You've obviously been through this in the spring. What was different this time around?
I don't think it was so much of a difference. I mean, you're getting ready for the season now, other than getting ready to play yourselves at the end of the spring. So, getting out there and be able to see guys live and make plays and see what they can do, that was good to see. I say for a team and obviously the coaches.
What would you say was the biggest improvement for the offense from the spring scrimmage, the spring game to now?
Guys making more plays and us being able to run the ball more effective.
Have you kind of felt yourself improve in the Syracuse program?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Have you just felt yourself improve your game throughout your, almost 8 months in Syracuse's program?
Getting a lot of knowledge from a lot of these coaches. We have a lot of guys that was either a OC somewhere big and won however many awards and won a lot of games. So we have a lot of guys in the same building, on the same staff for sure. You can go around and ask questions and gain a lot of knowledge.
You said the run game improved. How much of a testament is that to the new guys like Cam Pringle and Zach Rice, Austin Collins that you didn't really have here in the spring?
It's a big testament. Those guys, for me, and I'm sure Steve or whatever, any quarterback in the country gives those guys all the glory. Nothing can go without those guys. So, Coach Fran and the staff did a good job bringing the right pieces in to make us go, and they're showing why they're here.
How would you say that the addition of Steve has made you better?
He's pushed me to be better for sure, be a better version of myself, and makes me be on my A game day in and day out. And I'm sure he can say the same for me. And we learn from each other. Learning from watching each other's mistakes and learning what he may do well that I may need to work on, vice versa.
Looking into the next scrimmage on Saturday, Fran was just mentioning wanting to see both you and Steve kind of elevate your game to that next level. What do you think it's going to kind of take in practice this week to be able to, showcase that come Saturday?
Make the corrections that we implied and emphasized throughout the week and the weekend, from the scrimmage and through practices and through camp. So being able to make those corrections and come out and lead the team is important.
Outside of Coach Nunn's, the quarterback room, and outside of Coach Fran, have you felt like there is someone else on the coaching staff that has kind of, really helped you take your game to the next level?
Yeah, Coach Manny Harris and Coach Gaddis, Josh Gaddis. Those two guys helped me tremendously. Being able to go meet with them and sit with them and talk ball is important to me and has been important to me in my game and helped me improve.
Rickie, we come in here every day and we parse Fran's words to see if there's any hidden meaning. We look at who's wearing the camera to see if there's any meaning. Have the coaches given you any indication of where the battle is?
I know just as much as I know. Me and Steve just going out every day and competing and trying to put our best foot forward. We both want to play a whole lot. So like I said, we just going to compete.
Even within the competition, obviously you guys are pushing each other, but how do you try to stay honed in on what you're doing and not really get distracted by, I guess, what Steve's doing?
He makes a lot of good plays. I make a lot of good plays. That comes with the game, and it comes with natural, great quarterback battles. We both can play football, and we both are really good at what we do. I just try to focus on what I do and control what I can control, and cheer him on when he make a good play for sure.
I guess off the field, just how have you seen yourself mature from being back at home to now very far from home and kind of away from your family?
Just more on my own for sure. You got to make your own groceries. You got to clean your own house. You got to do things like that. You don't have somebody come. You have your mom coming over and clean and make sure everything's straight for sure. But I think that's the biggest thing. Like you said, I'm far from home. You just learn how to operate and move around in a new city.
Fran is somebody who's takes a lot of pride in putting pressure on all of his guys,
yeah.
Probably especially his quarterbacks. Has he done anything unique or different to try to just ramp things up on you and Steve at any point? Surprised you?
I think the battle is enough pressure for both of us, to be honest with you. But no, he constantly puts pressure on, like you said, everyone. He makes practice as hard as possible. So when we go into week one and so on, it should be easy when those pressure moments hit for us.
How do you feel like you're handling the situational football? Because that's where that probably really comes into play, and you haven't had a chance to show it yet.
Yeah. I'm learning. I haven't got a lot of game rust, but you make mistakes and you got to learn from them. You got to watch the film. You got to correct whatever mistakes you made. So just keep repping, and taking shots and taking chances and trying to get the ball in the right place is always important.
If you had to give a scouting report on yourself, what would you say makes Rickie Collins unique as a quarterback?
I don't know. I feel I'm excited to watch for sure. A playmaker and tough and not scared to take a hit for your team for sure.
Last two for him.
I noticed you have the Louisiana tattoo on your leg.
Yeah,
when did you get that, and how do you try to represent your home state, wherever you are now in football?
Probably got it. I early enrolled at LSU, so probably that spring. So basically my senior year, spring, in December or whatever. That's who I pride myself on showing and constantly representing where I'm from and putting on for the boot for sure. That's who I am, and I was born and raised. Obviously, I loved it so much I stayed for 2 more years. So just try to carry those traditions, that swagger, that confidence with me wherever I go in the world.
Fran has, talked about that he wants his quarterback, the starting quarterback, to be a leader, second-hand man to him. How would you describe your leadership style?
Definitely, probably not as vocal, but I'm definitely a show it type of guy. Try to bring a lot of people along with me and try to get guys better and make them play better than maybe they think they can that day or just in general. Speak when needed. Just try to uplift people when I can.